Mhm. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Shaddy, and I am here with Louisiana Film Prize today to talk with one of our top 20 filmmakers. So please allow me to introduce to you the director, writer, and producer for this top 20 finalist, The Cut. Please go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us the name of your film.
Hi, I'm Camille Gladney, and I made The Cut here in Shreveport, Louisiana for this year's competition.
Ooh, wonderful. So why don't you, if you could please, Camille, give us like a brief synopsis of the film without any spoilers. Just give us a little teaser of what this film is about.
Well, this film is a rites of passage comedy about a mother and child who butt heads when teenager Summer asks for a very special high school graduation present.
Yes. And after watching the film, I think it's and like I remember like seeing the title at the top 20 announcement, thinking like, what is this film about? And then like watching the film, it's just very intriguing and seeing like how like the topic is explored. What would you say inspired this film, and how did you decide to do this for Film Prize?
This film came about very organically, inspired by my other career. Not to give too much away, but as before I became a filmmaker, I was in another career for 13 years, and that career is represented in The Cut. And that role is something that I was able to be for people in my real life. And the actors in The Cut, possibly the most special element of this story is that the actors playing Mom and Summer are actually a real life mother and child pair that I was able to meet in the course of my other career. And we formed a friendship, and I was able to thoroughly pick Kimberly Talley's brain, who plays Mom, over coffee back in 2021, to talk about the ideas for this story and her real life journey with her child, Ray, who plays Summer. And the ideas formulated there, and I sat on it for a while and started to develop it in January of this year.
Wow. So you've been working on like the concept, I guess, since last year, but you've been continuing on for this year. Is that correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. And so now it'll be really exciting getting to see this film with the huge audience that'll be there for Louisiana Film Prize this year. What would you say it's been like during the filming process, like with like all the highs and lows that are involved in production?
This year was my third time participating in the Louisiana Film Prize, and I was determined to make a short film that was manageable for me as an individual, to pull together basically by myself. And I wanted the filming process to be very smooth and a pleasant ride for everyone involved. Chatty, you were involved in my very first film production, Gloria, which was epic and overwhelming and huge. And I'm so glad we made it through, but I also felt terrible about all the things that I didn't realize were a part of the film production process that are so overwhelming, like long hours, late nights, tired people, and many, many takes and complex comings and goings of big scenes with lots of people. So I tried to make this one really small and manageable. And I'm proud to say that we did. We shot it in 2 days. I think we had a cast and crew, in everyone involved. It was under 25 people total, from the craft services and camera crew to our background actors and leads and myself included. So it was really manageable, and we wrapped early on both days of production. So I was really proud of myself for not putting anyone through the ringer like I did do in 2018.
Right. Yeah. Now, it is interesting thinking about that because, me having personal experience in that film from 2018. And then was that the first film you'd ever like produced and directed yourself?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm sure that was a major learning process for you. How would you say, like you've like gained experience as a filmmaker through Louisiana Film Prize over the years through submitting films and making films for this festival?
I've learned a lot about the short film genre specifically and the demands of writing and creating a short film as opposed to a feature film, television series, or documentary. And the form itself calls for certain writing techniques that are unique and don't necessarily translate to larger works. And to make a story bite sized and functional in this form is a challenge in itself. And having practice creating those for the film prize and being able to see um, 20 films each year that were crafted for the film prize is a great experience and great homework to review for how to craft a short film in general. And I really like the genre and the challenge of writing for it to really condense your ideas into something that can be presented and absorbed in such a short period of time, 15 minutes max. I'm very glad that I've had the opportunity to learn about that, and it's been 100% Film Prize that's helped me in that.
That's great. And so I do want to talk about this for a moment. So uh, I really enjoyed seeing themes sort of come back from like Gloria into this film, The Cut. There's some discussion on queer identity. What do you think it means to you to represent yourself as a queer filmmaker in this festival, being able to showcase that? How do you hope to inspire other filmmakers through this story?
I'm just really proud to have the opportunity to be here and to present this story to such a wide audience. And I really hope that not only the queer people who see it and see themselves represented will be pleased and uplifted, but just like Gloria, I hope that this film is accessible for people who are not queer and can help to shift the Overton windows in their lives and in their perspectives and open their minds to characters and people who are different and who are living their lives as best they can, just like we all are. And anytime I present a character on screen through a story that I write, I'm hoping that the audience will empathize with that character and will put themselves in that character's shoes for the moment. And I hope that my filmmaking and storytelling can facilitate that and make it really easy and enjoyable and entertaining to do that while they are watching the film. And by the time it's over, they don't feel that they've been lectured to or that they've been told that they weren't open-minded in any way, that they were just presented with a real person in their real life and given the opportunity to expand their perspective in a way that is fun for them to do.
Yeah, definitely. I think this film does a really great job of just showing that, you know, these people are just people just like anybody else. And it just gives us an opportunity to really connect with the characters themselves and their story as it naturally progresses.
Thank you.
Now to think about the big question, you're going to be at this award ceremony on the 23rd. You're going to be right there in the garage, the Music Prize garage, and they announce the winner. What would you do? How would you feel if they announced The Cut as the top film for Film Prize 2022? And the bigger question, what are you going to do with $50,000?
Oh my goodness. Well, if The Cut were to win the $50,000 prize, I would feel like it were a huge win for the queer community here. And it would make me feel really hopeful about transgender relations in our community and the United States at large. And so that would be a huge positive thing. And if I were to win the prize money, I'm sure that I would put it into more filmmaking of this nature and continue my career as a filmmaker.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Camille. I really appreciate you sharing your story and talking about your film. And I can't wait for everybody to see this film during Louisiana Film Prize at Prize Fest from October 20th through 22nd. But before we head out, I would love for you to join me in ringing out this call with a hearty Viva la Film Prize.
Absolutely.
I'm going to count you down, and then we will go off.
Okay.
Here we go.
Viva la Film Prize.
Excellent, wonderful. I couldn't have done it better myself, even if I'd tried. And thank you so much, Camille, for being with us today. And I can't wait to see you at Film Prize this year, and can't wait to see everybody at Prize Fest this year as well.
I'm super excited. Thanks, Chatty.